just bought this laptop for $14, and the goal is simple: to find out whether an 11-year-old laptop can still run Fortnite. I spent nearly 2 hours scrolling through eBay, desperately hunting for a deal that actually made sense. Most of them were either overpriced or straight up terrible. And then, right when I was about to give up, I found this. It felt like my last bit of hope, so of course, I couldn't pass it up. 4 days later, the package finally arrived. The outer box actually looks pretty well put together, with no dents or damage at all. Inside, the laptop is wrapped in a thick layer of bubble wrap, really well protected. Honestly, the packaging probably cost almost as much as the laptop itself. Alright, let's open it up. Yep, it's actually a laptop. So, good news. I didn't get scammed. But that's all I got. Just the laptop, no charger, no accessories, nothing included. The surface is very dusty. For $14, it looks like the seller didn't even bother wiping it down before shipping. The good part is that everything seems mostly intact. At the very least, all the keys are still there. None missing. That's already a small win. That said, the plastic around the hinges is in pretty rough condition. You can clearly see signs of aging with discoloration and even some cracks. In case you're wondering, this is a Dell Latitude E5440, released back in 2014. Since it was designed for office and school use, the design is pretty plain, nothing flashy or exciting. One nice detail, though, is that the screen can open up to 180 degrees, and it comes with a 14-inch display, which was standard for business laptops at the time. Alright, let's try powering it on. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Nothing happens. Completely dead silent. Looks like the battery is fully drained. Since the seller didn't include a charger, I had to order one myself for $10. Okay, moment of truth. Let's all pray this thing works. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, it's alive. We've got a display. But there's another problem. It won't boot into Windows, which immediately tells me someone probably removed the storage drive. So I flipped it over, and yeah, I noticed several screws are missing, making the bottom panel feel loose and flimsy. First, I disconnected the battery, then removed the back cover. And sure enough, no hard drive inside. What is there though are 2 RAM sticks and a Wi-Fi card. I dropped in one of my own drives just to test it. And it boots. But something feels off. Before I even do anything, the CPU instantly spikes to 100% usage. Yeah, this laptop might be alive, but it's clearly not happy yet. One more thing, the display has some ink bleed along the top edge, plus a few bright spots. But honestly, for $14, I'm not going to complain too much. Inside, the laptop is running an i5 4300U, a low-power chip with 2 cores and 4 threads. Base clock is 1.9 GHz, and it can boost up to 2.9 GHz. It also comes with 8 GB of RAM in a dual channel, meaning 2 4GB sticks. And here's the interesting part. It actually has a dedicated GPU, the GT720M with 2 GB of RAM. Performance-wise, it's roughly on par with a GT710 2GB, maybe just slightly better than Intel HD Graphics 4000/5000, and yeah, the difference isn't huge. But hey, dedicated graphics is still better than none. In theory, this GPU should at least be able to launch Fortnite. Alright, no more talking. Let's get straight to the point and find out if it can actually run Fortnite, and how bad it really is. Alright, we're at the loading screen, and yeah, this part takes a long time. Oh, the game just threw up a warning saying my GPU drivers are outdated and that I need to update them. Okay, fine. I click yes and it sends me straight to NVIDIA's driver page. I type in my GPU model and no drivers found. Yeah, I have no idea what kind of joke that is. Instead of digging through older versions, I decided to try something else and download the official driver provided by Dell for this GPU. Eventually, I got it downloaded, but of course, things didn't go smoothly. Another error pops up, probably some kind of driver conflict with Windows, or maybe the hardware itself is just too old. At this point, I just said screw it and launched the game anyway, ignoring the warning. And after about 1 minute and 30 seconds, I finally made it into the Fortnite lobby. Honestly, loading time doesn't really bother me that much. The fact that it even made it this far already feels like an achievement. After that, I tried queuing into a match. As soon as the game started loading, the screen began to flicker with weird lines, almost like it was crying for help. Luckily, after a moment, the display went back to normal. But yeah, that relief didn't last long. Not long after, the game crashed completely. At that point, there wasn't much I could do. I was just sitting there, feeling pretty helpless. So I decided to turn off the FPS overlay, hoping that would take a bit of load off the system. And honestly, it helped. The game loaded faster and everything felt noticeably smoother. I dropped all the settings to the absolute lowest, just trying to give this laptop any chance it had to run the game. Then I queued up for a match. This part took forever, so by the time you actually load in, there's a good chance you'll already be auto-dropping at the end of the bus route. Still, I was hoping maybe this time it would actually work and I could finally play a full match. And then, oh no, what is happening to my laptop? While loading into the match, the system suddenly blue-screened. At this point, my best guess is either a RAM overflow or the CPU triggered a trap that the kernel couldn't or wasn't allowed to handle. Yeah, this machine is really fighting for its life. Next, I decided to do some Windows cleanup. I started by uninstalling any pre-installed apps I didn't need, keeping the system as lightweight and minimal as possible. Quick warning though, some Windows apps really don't like being removed, and forcing it can break things. So this is just basic cleanup, nothing extreme, just making sure Windows is in the best possible state. After that, I went into settings, apps, disabled startup apps, and basically turned off anything unnecessary. Then under gaming settings, I made sure game mode was on, but Xbox game bar was off. Next stop, privacy settings. And yeah, it looks like whoever set up this laptop originally just clicked yes to everything. So I went through every privacy category, turned everything down to the minimum, and disabled background apps as well, which is actually pretty important on a low-end system. At this point, the goal is simple. Give this laptop as much breathing room as possible before trying Fortnite again. Right when I was at my most desperate, the game finally loaded in. Honestly, that moment felt incredibly satisfying, like all the effort finally paid off. But yeah, let's be real for a second. The image quality is rough, everything looks pretty blocky, and stutters happen constantly. In actual combat situations, especially close-range fights, there's no way this system can stay smooth enough to be competitive. So no, you're definitely not winning matches on a setup like this. That said, even though the FPS isn't great and the visuals are far from pretty, the fact that this $14 laptop actually managed to run the game at all is still worth giving some credit. Sometimes just getting into the game is already a small victory. Next, I decided to push this laptop a bit more and try Counter-Strike 2. Of course, everything is set to the lowest settings, running at the screen's native resolution. FPS hovers around 25 to 30, and yeah, smoothness has never been this machine's strong point. But compared to Fortnite, it actually runs noticeably better here. That said, let's be honest, it's still not really playable in a meaningful way on this laptop. You can launch the game and move around, but for actual matches or competitive play, this setup just isn't up to the task. Next up is Minecraft. This one is obviously much lighter than the previous two games. At the lowest render distance, FPS sits around 180 to 190, which is honestly pretty impressive. So I pushed it further and bumped the render distance up to 8 chunks. And surprisingly, it still holds over 100 FPS. For a laptop like this, that's a solid result. Then I moved on to something heavier, Doom. At low settings, it averages close to 20 FPS. Not ideal by any means, but the important part is that performance stays fairly consistent throughout gameplay. Finally, I tested an older AAA title, The Witcher 3. Even at the lowest settings, FPS only reaches about 12. It might look somewhat playable at first, but once combat starts, the input latency becomes a real problem. Dodging attacks or reacting quickly is extremely difficult, making the experience pretty frustrating. Overall, this laptop clearly has its limits, but it's still interesting to see just how far it can be pushed. So to sum it all up, spending $14 on this laptop for gaming was honestly not a great decision. At least not for fast-paced or graphics-heavy games. That said, for lighter games like Minecraft, it actually performs surprisingly well. And outside of gaming, it's still perfectly usable for web browsing, reading news, and watching YouTube videos. Thanks a lot for watching all the way to the end. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like. I really appreciate it.